good people? I'm Gardner Douglas, and I'm your oyster ninja. Today, of course, these are not oysters, but these are crabs. Chesapeake Bay blue crabs, my favorite, depending on the time of the season. But definitely this is the season to eat crabs. Now, these crabs I had for Thanksgiving, and I think these are just females. And I picked them up from the wharf, and that's my favorite place to go in DC for fresh crabs. You can pick your crabs out and you know, get them cooked, get them steamed up. If you want spice on them, you can do that also. And you know, it's kind of like a family tradition. Pretty good, pretty fat. You know, that's the main thing. These things are so fat. And yeah, just wanted y'all to see, you know, I like more things than just oysters all the time. And these things are good. So like I said, my family, and they're extra good because now it's been a couple days since Thanksgiving, of course, and like the seasonings and the spice are all marinated on the meat, and you know, they've been sitting, had time to get up in all the nooks and crannies. These are female crabs. They tend to be a little bit more, in my opinion, a little bit more sweeter anyway. You know, females got all the flavor anyway, right? That's always a question people ask. You know, when I used to sell crabs, it was like, which are better, males or females? And I think, just like with anything else, it all depends on your taste buds and what you like. But for me, the females have a little bit more flavor, and the males, the meat come out a little bit easier. And you know, like I said, it all depends on what you like. I don't mind picking a little bit, you know, to get the meat out. Now the males, when you crack them open, the meat kind of just, you know, slides right out. But these get the job done. I'm not a master crab picker like my dad and mom, but I feel like I can get the job done, you know, with what I got. And try not to miss too much meat, you know. Now the other thing about male and female crabs is, of course, the females have egg. This particular crab doesn't have any egg in it. You can see like the beginning parts, like, I don't know if you can see it, but like the orange, that's of course, you know, small eggs. But man, these crabs are so tasty. It's my ultimate goal to do more videos, not to say like this, but definitely more like cooking, how to cook crabs, how to cook oysters. You know, different oyster dishes, different crab dishes. There's so many dishes you can do with crab, you know. Entrees, appetizers, soups, whatever you like. Of course, the infamous crab cake. And I didn't eat these today. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pick them tonight, and make crab cakes for lunch this week. But I'm glad I'm getting to these. And I'm glad I'm, you know, putting some content out for y'all, because it's been a little bit. Basically, as far as the podcast goes, my computer is on its last days, and it's not acting right. So until I can save up a couple more dollars, can't put no podcast out. You know, that's one crab down. I like to take breaks in between to get some crab legs in. I mean, the crab claws. Real simple. Just breaking them off and getting the meat out. You know, not spending a lot of time on them. Break them off bite off right here. Break it off, got all that meat coming out. Do a little twist there and enjoy your meat. A little spicy. And these crabs were spiced with JL spice from Baltimore. Usually if I do it myself, if I don't have any JL, well, my number one choice is, of course, Old Bay, because what's crabs without Old Bay? And then comes JL, because they always give you some extra when they cook your crabs at the wharf. I could just eat the crab legs, crab claws, instead of the actual crab. It's kind of crazy that I'm actually even doing this video, because I always wonder, like, how do people do those videos where they, you know, just eating a pile of food, and they call it mukbangs or mukbangs or muk something. And I was like, man, you know, I could do something like that, but what am I gonna talk about? So honestly, I watched some of those videos, and they don't really be talking about nothing. If anything, they do more gossiping than actually talking or bull-jiving. But, you know, whatever. I guess I'm not doing too much better myself. But I tell you one thing, these crabs are good. I only got a couple more crabs though. Usually my wife eats the males and I eat the females. But, you know, we all have differences, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're all good, it's just, you know, I prefer these. I'm not sure if I'm doing anything different since this is being recorded or not. Don't feel like it anyway. The only thing I guess I could have did was hook my mic up. I don't know how clear this is gonna come out as far as the volume. And then the other one, let's see, what it's like SMR, AMR or something. People on YouTube just eating with the sounds and not talking, not saying anything. And majority of the time, the camera is like right up on their mouth, and you can't see anything but chomping. I don't know, like, do y'all look at that stuff? Do y'all look at people just eating? Well, I'm just eating too, but I'm talking to you. I don't know. Maybe I'm in that category, and I don't even know it. know, these days and times, it's more like follow the leader, you know, or go with what's trending. And I find myself in that loop sometimes. So I can't say too much. But you know, one day, hopefully we can make something happen. Oh, and I got my sauce here. I didn't even use that yet. So this is from out of Baltimore also. My buddy Dale German makes this sauce. And I'll include a link in the bio, or whatever it's called, info, comments, whatever. So you can get a bottle if you want. And it's real good. He makes it from his own garden. And I believe he still has some bottles left. I got this a couple weeks ago from him when we did the event at Old Ebbitt Grill. And I think this is the second bottle he's gave to me. First bottle didn't last any time. I was trying to preserve this one, but I think I might have to break into it. I love garlic hot sauce, garlic everything. Man, it seems like I'm just eating the crab claws. Man, so good. It's like those juices get up in the claws and they just marinate. So good. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna break this down real slow because everybody doesn't know how to eat a crab. And this is just the way I do it. It's a lot of ways to do it. Like I said, my dad actually uses a little knife and he can straight go through this thing. But the way I do is, of course, this is a top shell, this is the back, this is the hood. So what I like to do is just break this hood off, boom, and take the bottom in my hand, put my thumb here. I'll go to the top point and basically just break that top off. As you can see, we got some egg inside. Got some egg. And usually once there's a little bit more in there, I'll eat it, but I don't really like it when it's like that. And then you just, you know, peel these fingers off, or gills or lungs or whatever they are, I don't know the real name. Peel those off. And then I break this, the mouth part off. It's a little meat here comes off with it. I get that. I'm not using that go in the waste. And then I break it in half. And of course you do have some egg inside there. Got meat and a little mustard exposed here. I was watching one video on YouTube and it was like, so what is that yellow? Somebody said the S word. I'm not gonna say it here. But it says that's that poo. And my comment was, my reply, the best poo I ever had. For real. It adds extra flavor to the crab. Yep, extra flavor. And I guess what got me eating it was my first experience with crabs, which was down on the Eastern Shore. It was like, growing up for us, we always did a lot of family events, a lot of cookouts, barbecues, birthday parties. We did a lot of celebration when I was younger. And they would always bring crabs out, like bushels of crabs. My uncles and aunts, they know watermen, of course, on the Eastern Shore. That's all it is. So when it's one time in particular, they were having this cookout, and my uncle, we wanted crabs. My grandma, I don't believe she even knew how to pick crabs. Well, she probably did, but her hands arthritis. Anyway, my uncle showed us how to to open crabs, just the way I just showed you. And we opened it up, and you know, of course, the mustard gets all on your hands and Old Bay, and if you cut yourself, you burning. It was a bad first experience, but I mean, that day is memorable. You know, I'll never forget that. So I love those type of memories, just going back to like your first time eating oysters, first time eating crabs, you know, whatever. First time going fishing, gotta love it. Not only that, but I like hearing other people's experience too. So if you're watching this, tell me your first experience eating crabs, or your first memory, you know, dealing with them, or even first time you opened one by yourself. I don't think you was born a professional. Also, speaking of shore, this is my buddy Robinson's lawn. It's a shore thing. So, you know, I like representing, you know, back home. I stay in right outside of DC now, so don't really get a lot of time back home. But whenever I see somebody trying to do something positive, I like to, you know, try and contribute if I can, contribute. If I can, you know, it ain't always good times, but gotta spread the love. Man, these crabs, I'm telling you. So, you know, these eggs are pretty good size. So, just gonna go in and dabble them up. Some more. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. My other favorite type of crabs is, it's not really different, but it's just the region. Oh, no. So I gotta go from the beginning. My favorite crabs are actually from the Eastern Shore, but on the seaside. Now, I never knew there was a difference in crabs until I went and got some from Chesapeake. And let me tell you, just like Chesapeake oysters are famous for the salt, Chesapeake crabs, same story. I shouldn't be telling you this because now you know. But if you're into crabs, you know, I guess you would have found out eventually. And it's kind of, you know, common sense, but I never really thought about it. You know, if they're in that water all the time, you know, of course they're going to take on that salinity, just like oysters. But, you know, next in line will be the Bayside. So, seaside number one. No, I'm fronting right now. I'm not going to front for y'all. Number two is Florida crabs. Florida crabs are like always non-stop fat. And by fat, what I mean is like full of meat. So juicy because they're in that warm water. They always get the job done. And then next in line, I'll go back to the Bayside. Bayside crabs from the Eastern Shore. Chesapeake Bay. And right now, I don't have that many followers or viewers on the YouTube channel, but one day I will. And I'm sure it's gonna be somebody out there who's gonna comment, oh, he left some meat behind. I'm sorry, can't get all of it. I got all of it the first go around. But now it's just one of them things where you just wanna get your meat and go to the next one. If that makes sense. And then especially since I got my son on nap time, who knows when he's gonna get up. I just want to get my crabs while he's sleeping. The struggle is real. He didn't go daycare today. He wanted to stay with daddy. So let him stay home. So it all works out. I work a lot, so I don't really get a lot of time to spend with my boy. So, you know. And like I said, there are different styles to opening crabs, cleaning crabs. There's a lot of stuff going on in this backyard. Well, I guess you can call it backyard. Let's crack open this sauce. So again, this is Dale German's hot sauce. Doc Daly's. Shake it up, baby. Genuine snake oil elixir hot sauce. A potent concoction of homegrown peppers, vinegar, sherry, lemon, ginger, garlic, and salt. Oh yeah. So like I said, hit Dale German. Let's see what we got here. Well, that one a good one. So hopefully y'all have been listening to the podcast. Like I said, I haven't been putting out a lot lately because of my computer. But this is a good time to catch up. Oh my gracious. You can just smell the garlic coming through it. Mmm. Well, that's a little surprising. Woo, sheesh. That is got some heat to it. But I'm gonna tell you, it's like that addicting heat because it's like it's got that vinegar taste and the lemon. And of course the garlic. So it's like you want to keep coming back for more even though you know it's going to be hot. So it's definitely got the heat to it. If you like hot sauce, if you like garlic, if you like spicy hot sauce, that's the one. Doc Daly Snake Oil Elixir. That is the one, my friends. So I'm actually planning a couple episodes where we're gonna be pairing oysters with hot sauce. You know, I'll probably do a video, make it fun, make it live, and then just transfer the audio to the podcast. But if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, of course the links will be in the description. And it's Oyster Ninja Podcast. You can find it on all channels: Apple, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, all that good stuff. Oh man. Yeah, you can find it on all of that. Oyster Ninja Podcast is real cool. I talk to shuckers, I talk to oyster farmers, nonprofits like Ocean Conservancy. Who else? Sommeliers, nutritionists, restaurants, raw bars. I tell you about upcoming events and festivals. So it's good to keep up with, with this stuff if you're in the oyster community or if you want to be a part of it. That's so good. Sauce is so good. It also has like a hint of like something sweet. Maybe that's the citrus coming through, but it's good. Almost forgot. So what's your guys' favorite seafood? What do you like eating? Besides oysters, besides clams, or what's your favorite oyster dish or clam? Yeah, oysters, clams. What's your favorite seafood dish? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna hold y'all up no more. Hopefully I publish this. I got so much stuff that I recorded and don't even put out just because I'm like, you know what? I don't like it. So hopefully this works out. Got another one I forgot here. And maybe I'll do a video next time on even how to go about buying crabs. If you're interested in that, let me know, because I might be doing, well, they could do like a little spoiler alert. So basically, you can't just walk up to your crab man or walk up to a seafood market or go to a carryout and expect them to give you the best crabs. You gotta ask questions, you gotta do some investigations before you purchase your crab. Cause there ain't nothing like going home and having some messed up crabs that's not heavy, no meat, no flavor. I can't stand that. So once I got a job selling crabs, I realized, there's some things here that people need to know. So that'll be the next video. And until then, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out the podcast, Oyster Ninja Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at the Mobile Raw Bar is SS Shucking. The Oyster Ninja Podcast is Oyster Ninja PC. These crabs, man, I'm telling you, they're good. But thank you, and do all that. And yeah, enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you liked, didn't like, and we'll fix it. We're making it right. We're gonna get it right for 2019. Thank you. Peace.